Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We are going to random a character here. I was just taking a second, a brief pause, if you will. A time to take some repose and reflect on whether or not we're going to have frame rate issues in this video, and it actually looks like it is pretty A-okay, and I'm fine with that, but you know, for every silver cloud, there can be a dark lining, and the dark lining on this one is Eve, and that was almost accidentally a makeup joke, and I almost committed to it, but then I realized I don't know anything about the cosmetics industry. I guess you're just born with that kind of knowledge. Let us move onwards. There's a judgment for 5 cents. So let's set the stage. I like to build moments. I like to build a narrative about these Isaac episodes. What the heck's going on with Eve? Where do we stand? We've been playing pretty well lately, or getting extremely lucky. I think both of those have happened. Well, not playing extremely well necessarily. Maybe a little bit more balanced on the luck side than the execution side. But in any case, it's been good so far. Hopefully, this is like our ultimate test of our play, if we'll be able to continue our half-decent play, or my half-decent play, because I'm going to take all the credit officially here, even though most of my knowledge is derived from comments, and, you know, put it up with basically one of the characters I consider maybe the worst in the game. Now, getting Little Steve right off the bat is actually a fairly solid get for us, because what are Eve's weaknesses? She's low on health. That's a major concern. She doesn't start with any consumable items like bombs or keys, so you need a little bit of help from the game to kind of kickstart the items that you're going to get, and you need a lot of them because your damage is not great, and your rate of fire in particular seems crazy low. But again, I don't know if that's got to be quantified in the game somewhere, but I don't specifically know what Eve's base starting stats are. That being said, Little Steven causes us a little bit of positivity, a little bit of optimism, grounds for a little bit of a smile coming across my face, because he does give us a little extra damage. He doesn't necessarily augment our tiers directly, but he does. Okay, that was 3 immolated hoppers already. With the room of the single fire is really annoying. These guys are going to take forever to kill. But he doesn't really augment our damage, but he does let us do more damage as a result of the fact that he's going to be firing some tiers in. So I'm feeling relatively good about that as a first item. Now, we do need another key. We've got 2 boss rooms here that are going to come soon, and obviously I would love to have this item room to be able to go to them. We also have a judgment, which may end up being an important development, because if we can't get to an item room, we might get enough money to be able to play Judgment, which is very potentially important. Now, I need these HP upgrades to possibly snag a deal with the devil coming up. Now, the bean is not necessarily what I would consider a must-have spacebar item. That being said, it is a little bit better than I expected, or a little bit better than I originally thought. Every once in a while, maybe like once every 75 videos, I have to roll with the bean for a little while, and it's not that bad if you can use it effectively on each room. It can give you a nice bonus. Like, it can kill those 3 enemies right there. That saved me a little bit of time. So there is a tinted rock here. I will definitely blow that up. A little bit more money. Again, that might come into play when it comes to time to play that judgment. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I didn't actually want any spirit hearts. I exclusively wanted a small rock and maybe some keys. So now we can use a spacebar upgrade. Sorry, not a spacebar. What am I talking about? A speed upgrade. I got my SPs mixed up. And then we're basically sitting okay on this floor. In terms of, like, single room charges, the bean is probably my least favorite. I'm just trying to think about what are the other single room charges. Obviously, Blue Candle would be number 1. Then you have Tammy's Head and Guppy's Head, both of which are okay. Tammy's Head is the one that I prefer out of those, but Guppy's Head, you know, it has its uses as well. And then there's the bean, and that might be it. Notched axe maybe is once per room. I can't remember specifically, though, because I almost never use it. Apparently, I almost never use the bean either. Oh, get close to the wall. And perfect. Okay. I don't even think I used the bean on the room before that, which is silly. Now, we shouldn't use this key yet, but I should use the fire. Whether or not we should use the key, I guess, is entirely dependent on what's inside, but we can't know that. How about a new item in Rebirth that lets you see what's in a treasure chest before you open it? It wouldn't be that effective, right? Because, okay, I want to poison you, please. It wouldn't be that effective because, you know, most chests you're just going to open anyway. So it would only apply on a couple of golden chests per run. That being said, it could be interesting, in my opinion at least. Maybe it's totally imbalanced, but that's for the designers to figure out, I suppose. We're up to 11 cents, which is not enough money to make the shop worthwhile in all likelihood, but it is enough money to potentially make that judgment fairly worthwhile. This is a big floor, too. This is not just your average XL basement floor. I think this one seems a little bit longer. We're only going to get 1 kill as a result of this. I am trying to get to 15 cents. That's why I haven't played the judgment yet, is because if we can get to the shop, that might be a better use of our items, because, or a better use of our resources, because, you know, an HP upgrade is what we're likely to get from judgment. Whereas we're more likely to get something like a map or a compass or a blue candle, etc., from the shop. So I think the shop has a greater proportion of useful items. That being said, you know, there is some value in the fact that what was I going to say? Judgment's only on this floor, whereas there's the shop on every floor. Sometimes it'll have mini-bosses and it'll be otherwise inaccessible. Well, that's going to open up some possibilities for us. We're about to get a lot of items in a very short span of time. Let's see how this works out for us. I'm hoping that it works out pretty nicely. We didn't actually get a kill on Larry Jr. there, which is kind of surprising to me. But we are tearing apart Larry Jr. part 2 here. Okay, I still managed to dodge despite small rock really inhibiting my speed there. But then I got hit. Okay, so there's a range upgrade for us. We'll go into our next boss fight. So there's white item 1 of potentially 4 or 5 here. I say 4 or 5. Shop, Judgment, 2 boss rooms, and deal with the devil, potentially. Again, a lot of those are just, you know, potentialities, but hopefully they end up working out. I almost feel like the bean would be... It's not bad, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a useless item. I almost feel like it'd be better just to balance it up to the blue candle level if you could use it multiple times per floor, though. Okay, so there's HP upgrade, item 2. And now our deal with the devil, a very important moment for us. You know what? I will take Spirit of the Night. It's risky. It's exceptionally risky, in fact. But I'm banking on getting something from one of these remaining shops here. Sorry, one of these remaining item sources. And what that is will depend on what is in each... Or particularly, it's going to depend, I guess, on what's in the shop. We have a chest that is actually accessible without a bomb now, so I can always go down there and potentially get some more resources. This is risky. Absolutely. For the amount of money that I just spent, I would have wanted a little bit more payout than just the Steam sale. That being said, it's not the worst pickup. We still might get enough money to play Judgment. This is basically... I'm parlaying all the advantages that I might have received on this floor into... advantages in the future. That's what Spirit of the Night is. It's a short-term loss for long-term potential gain. There's another 6 cents for us there, which is really good. And if we get an HP upgrade from this Judgment, not that I'm going to complain if we get anything at all. I would only really complain if we just got basically screwed. Judgment is directly below us, so I'm just going to go to this treasure chest over here. And yeah, so everything I've done so far has been to increase my long-term prospects. There's something to be said for the fact that, you know, if you want to just beat Mom's heart, which is not super difficult, you don't need crazy good items to make that happen. It's just safety or liberty cap. I don't like that so much. Then taking something like Spirit of the Night when you only have 1 heart container remaining is maybe a bit of a mistake because it's going to lower your chances of survival in the short term. Definitely, I do not disagree with that, but I think it's a really good choice for long-term survival. Now, I will feel particularly vindicated and safe if we are able to get an HP upgrade out of this Judgment here. But again, anything at all is okay with me. It's an HP upgrade. Okay, so we are leaving the first floor with exactly the same amount of health that we started with, but we also have the Bean, Little Steven, a range upgrade, Steam sale, and the ability to fly with Spectral Tears. I would say that is a pretty good trade-off. Plus, yeah, items are going to be half price for us from now on, so that should make every other shop a little bit more viable. Absolutely pleased with the way things turned out here, and we do still have a slight cushion of health, just in case things start to go terribly, terribly wrong. And you know what? The ability to fly combined with the beam is actually a really nice combination, especially this early, when it can still take enemies out very, very quickly, because we can just stand over... Oh my god, that still hit me? Yeah, we can just stand over gaps like that and let the dirty work be done by our dirty beam here. That was a very awkward sentence that I'm not happy about saying. So, Tinted Rock. This time I did want some Spirit Hearts. We're going to need those to survive. I guess I will, at this point, open up that golden chest, because we do have 3 keys now. I was not going to do it before because we only had 2, and I want to go to item room and shop. The item room and the shop, if I'm going to be a native English speaker, I suppose. Wow, okay, we got a dime out of that, as well as some hearts, including Spirit Hearts. We have Bum Friend, which I don't care about at all. Now, here's an interesting proposition, though. We'll see what this pill is. If it's good, there's another one for sale in the shop. Bombs are key. Doesn't make a big difference. I will buy another Spirit Heart. I don't want to buy Bum Friend. I don't like it enough. But I will buy this bomb. I don't think I need to buy the heart either. Liberty Cap, by the way, just gave me a little extra health. If you're wondering why my health went down there. Liberty Cap gives you one, like, random mushroom effect per room. Sometimes it'll be odd mushroom, sometimes it'll be... or it could be odd mushroom fat, which I think it was on that room. Could be odd mushroom skinny, could be magic mushroom. You never 100% know, except when you do. You know what, with 11 cents, I'm totally okay with playing this Judgment straight away. More HP upgrades would be something that I would definitely not sneeze at. We're still looking potentially for one more killer deal with the devil item. I'm sorry, Judgment, I couldn't do much to stop you there. We basically traded, effectively, some bombs, or some health for some bombs. Not health, some money for some bombs there. Jesus, okay. So far so good. We'll check out our item room. Scapular can be good. Can sometimes not be what you want, but that's okay. We will check out whatever our boss room is here. It's Pestilence. I like it. It'll give us an orbital. We can fly, so getting around Pestilence shots here is not so bad. And again, fairly easy possibility for a deal with the devil here if we are able to beat Pestilence without taking damage ourselves. I think I totally fucked up my usage of the bean there. And I have no idea what my mushroom effect on this room is. I kind of like Liberty Cap, in all honesty. It can. Is this the one that can occasionally give us the compass on a floor as well, or is that something completely different? I think that was Liberty Cap. We get the cube of meat, but no deal with the devil. So let's explore the rest of the floor, because why not? Really, we could use some more keys before we move onwards. Was there a key for sale in the shop? If so, I might as well buy it. Sucks that that Judgment blew himself up, but I do believe that gives us a greater deal with the devil chance. Maybe not persistently, but for now. I suppose I could, for 3 cents, buy that bombs or key pill, roll with 1 bomb and 4 keys, which would actually probably be a little bit better, but let's see what we get for the remainder of the floor. We have a mob trap room, which is interesting to me, actually, because I am probably a good deal stronger than the enemies that we would face inside of it. Let's see what this pill does. Maybe we'll get lucky. Speed up! That's kind of exactly what I needed. Yeah, we'll open it up. My reasoning for opening it up was because we totally have the bombs or key pill that we can buy for another 3 cents. We picked up way more than 3 cents, and we also picked up a key here, so even if we use the bombs or key pill, we'll still have some bombs. Wasn't necessarily the greatest payout, but it's something. Something that I'm okay with. Will the poison damage be enough? Oh, I almost got tagged there. I think that was good use of the beam, because next we have the turrets, right? And I can... Oh, no, never mind. Well, you know, these guys are a little bit harder to hit all at once with the beam anyway. So we'll just do a little bit of circular strafing here. Major risk to our health is the knockback, but apart from that, easy does it. And pick up another half heart that I can't use. So I would say pretty good floor. Before we use bombs or key, I would like to take a little look with the bomb to find the secret room. It seems like there's really only one possible location for it, which is great news in my mind. Is that basically I just made the key. It's not there. Alright, so we'll just use the bombs or key pill straight away. Because why not? There we go. 3 keys, 1 bomb, 9 cents. This does allow us to go item room shop, maybe a golden chest on the next floor. Because we already have the Steam sale, we can buy whatever the shop might contain, which is really useful. Although, I get my greed radar is tingling here. I have a strong feeling that we will probably end up in a fight with our favorite greedy monster. But there's a golden chest, and you know, I did say we should probably... Oh, it was the worst damage for me to take. I did say we should probably pick up a golden chest, since we have more keys, and there's an HP upgrade, so that definitely worked out well for us. I hate having spectral tears when you're trying to shoot poop, but I think that... Does the cube of meat actually destroy the poop? Because if it does... It does not, okay. Well, sorry, it might, but there was no money. That's my brain just got turned around. I was trying to go through that moment there. There we go. 3 poisons, and if these guys actually get knocked down into the ooze state, it should be able to kill them. Yeah, there we go. So the bean really useful against enemies like this. More money, always a good thing. Getting a Steam sale on the first floor, I realized that, you know, it did kind of potentially screw us for that judgment that we were running up against, or trying to play. That being said, it pays out so nicely when it actually works that it's hard to resist. Oh my god, get away from me! Okay, so I didn't realize that the poison damage takes so slowly. That being said, we're almost done with this room, and I could still use a little bit more damage. There's no question about that. But it hasn't come yet. We'll definitely get the map. And you know what? I'm not going to buy the Spirit Heart yet, but I will buy another key. Because buying Spirit Hearts at this point, I kind of just feel like it's a waste because we're just going to lose it. But I guess that gives us 1 more health overall from where we'd actually be in a little while. But I digress. I'm not going to get an analytical or mechanical discussion, mathematical, about what's going on right now. Instead, we'll just play it by feel for now, which has worked out so far. Pick up 6 more cents. This allows us to go to the shop on the next floor where we'll almost certainly encounter greed. It also may give us some more impetus to pick up that Spirit Heart back there, but I don't think it's necessary. I think I'd rather hold off on it. Not because we don't have the money, because we do have the money, but more so because, oh my god, these immolated hoppers, man, my least favorite. I didn't realize. Okay, so leapers can jump over gaps, but hoppers can't, it seems. So I can just hang out over here and make this happen. You learn something new once every 10 episodes or so, apparently. More money again, and a pill. We don't know what it does. It is a Tears upgrade. Pills so far have been exceptional for us. No complaints whatsoever to offer there. Now, I did take some damage, but I just wanted to make sure I killed the fire before it created immolated hoppers. And we may end up going back for that Spirit Heart in the shop. It's probably, maybe now we won't. It's probably not going to be an enormous, impactful item or anything like that. But, oh my god, I thought I got 3 there, but I ended up only getting 1. But it could end up being effective in helping us survive if I do end up picking up a deal with the devil in the near future, which, you know, to be quite honest with you, is probably my goal. This has been a fairly standard run so far, apart from being a little bit over-aggressive on the first floor. Maybe, well, I mean, over-aggressive. That'll be determined by whether or not we end up fucking ourselves as a result of being aggressive, but certainly more aggressive than usual, at least. And again, we're stuck with the bean for now, but that's not necessarily a terrible thing. It's been working out okay for us. We have discovered all of the dead ends, except for one. We might as well go through with them. Yeah, I'm totally okay to fight Envy. Since our tiers are so high now... Oh, this must be just Odd Mushroom Skinny for this room. My bad. Never mind then. Got a little ahead of myself. Once we get a lot of things on the screen, a lot of these Envies start popping off, we'll start using our poison damage just to clear things up just a little bit. Now, there's a totally realistic possibility that we could get Attack Fly here. Particularly, I don't know if this is me being a little bit superstitious, but I believe if you kill the blue one last, you have a higher chance of getting the Attack Fly, and we've done a very good job of that so far, so we can't not kill the blue one last here. No Attack Fly, though. We did get a treasure chest, which contains a couple of bombs, though that's okay. And we'll move onwards. I'm really hoping to come across an arcade, because we have so many red hearts just kind of hanging out that aren't really doing anything for us, when they could be doing stuff for us. Keep in mind, of course, that, you know, if there's a red heart for sale in the shop, we can definitely get 3-ish cents back for it from the blood bank. It's another pill. Do we know what this one does? We don't. This one is a tears down. So, okay, we're even, game. We're even. This is a good room for us as we prepare to go against the boss. We are going to hit the item room just before it. I do not think it's necessary for us at all to go back for that Spirit Heart now, especially when we just got that one. Apparently, every time I say Spirit Heart, I get more Spirit Hearts. And our item room contains Little Chad, which, you know, again, I was just complaining about having too many red hearts and nothing much to do with them. And we get the Lover's card, and we get Little Chad. That being said, if we do end up coming across an arcade on one of the next floors, sure, this gives us the infrastructure to play it more and maybe earn an HP upgrade. But overall, not really the biggest fan of Little Chad, but we'll see. Gonna be going up against Gertie here, which is an easy fight, especially when you are capable of just... Oh my god, I missed Gertie with the poison damage. That's not unforgivable, but it is real bad. It's not real bad for our chances, it's mostly just real bad because it shows that I'm playing not so great. Or, you know, one error doesn't necessarily a game make, but let's just take care of these nubs that don't respawn first, and then we can kind of just hang out. If we stand here, Gertie's shot should be unable to hit us. It'll only take us 30 or 40 minutes. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee as I hold down the left button here. Wait, I just took my hand off my mug. That's how you know it's serious, because we might have to deal with these nubs here if they start to come up a little bit, get a little bit uppity. Apparently not. Okay. So I will stand still and hold the left button and take a sip of my coffee and suck on this Gertie. This is hubris in a nutshell. We continue to wait. And in mere eons, Gertie should erode and leave a canyon of beautiful items for us. Probably more like one, but it could be, you know, a canyon-like item. And mostly, fuck the item. I want to deal with the devil after this, but anything that supplements that would be amazing. Good, Pageant Boy. Not really good, but it does give us some money, I guess. And Krampus, okay. Might seem like I'm a little bit salty about this Krampus pick, but I'm not, actually. Lump of Coal is, it's not the best deal with the devil. It's not going to save your game in all likelihoods, but it is an objective bonus to any run, and it's free. It doesn't cost you any permanent heart containers. And we can erode it really quickly without even putting ourselves with a line of fire, just by way of Dead Bird here. So this is essentially a free pseudo damage upgrade here, which I am totally okay with, and hopefully deals with the devil in the future will contain something a little bit more bombastic, shall we say, just to appease the gods of Shaggy. Okay, down to the next floor again. We have map. Compass would be an obvious... why didn't I even... Oh, I didn't even have to pick up the heart because it was just from the fat odd mushroom. Gotcha. Alright, so we will slowly make our way through this nightmare escape here. And this is a champion, so he might be a little bit harder to kill. What do I want from this boss? Ideally, deal with the devil plus war. Get that second level cube of meat up, and that gives us a little bit of extra damage. The deal with the devil, if we can pick up even the pact or something like that. The pact has been growing on me. It's become a foundation of a lot of my recent runs. But obviously Mom's Knife or something like that would be incredible as well. For now, we are going to be fighting Greed. Everyone who was surprised by that, hold your hands up high. That was a good bean there. The downside about the bean is that because I don't use it very often, I'm not totally accustomed to how to use it, and as a result, I often get myself kind of hit by dodging improperly. Dodging aggressively, shall we say. This is Curse Room down here. This is, yeah, I'm gonna take damage on this room. This is a tough room. It's not unavoidable, but it's pretty common for me to take damage here. That being said, we still have a lot of Spirit Hearts, so I'm okay with that. Without any rerolls, I might as well just, you know, kind of paint the entire floor in my own delicious colors here. That sounded totally wrong and vaguely sexual or maybe even fecal in nature. I don't even know. Once you get close, you're closing in on the episode 600 mark, and at this point, it's become its own little weird Tim and Eric style show going on here. Anyway, that didn't really even make sense. There is our secret room. We would be remiss if we didn't go to that. Mob Trap Room is, you know, an interesting proposition. I hate the bean on, like, Fistula or Envy. Any enemy that splits, because when it splits, it's like, you know, it purges the damage from the poison, which is bullshit. If a mom was poisoned, I believe, and she was pregnant, I believe that the baby would have problems as well. But maybe there's some kind of weird medical thing going on here that I don't understand. I would say this was a reasonably okay mob trap room for us. And now we have the turrets, right? The turrets are the final enemy for this room. So I poisoned and didn't hit anybody. Because I was trying to figure out who, like, the most difficult enemies at this point were, and it's probably the angel fetuses. I think we also have zombies. Zombies would have been a much better choice. What level did the turrets show up on? Am I taking crazy pills or something? Maybe it's on the room? It doesn't really make any sense, but anyway. We'll take these dudes out. As always, Northernlion's pro lump of coal strategy. As soon as you get lump of coal, get right up close to enemies so you don't get any damage bonus for it. But that room went pretty well, I would say. And we have a ton of money that I will almost certainly be unable to use simply because we already have the Steam sale and there's only one more shop remaining. Maybe we'll get lucky and come across some judgments, though. Wow, that bomb exploded and did not even kill any of the hearts. Pretty remarkable. Some of them have got to be real close, though. I did take a little damage. Get used to it. I suck at fighting Masks of Infamy. That's really the boss I do not want to fight on this floor. Now we'll go to the secret room. And hopefully there's an item in there. It's a slot machine. Why don't we play it? Might as well play it a few times, I guess. We have certainly the money necessary. We'll play till we get down to 25 cents. Man, how long has it been since the slot machine paid out with $1? Maybe that just doesn't happen after you get Kane? It's got to be like 300 episodes at this point. If not more. Alright, we'll leave. I'm not even going to blow it up. There we go. We had the compass briefly for a room there as a result of Liberty Cap. I'm going to hang out dead center here, Left 4 Dead style, and this should allow me when these... Oh my god, how did you hit me? I was over the gap for sure. It did allow me to poison them, though. Bad play, though. So our item room, as we know, is up here. Gotta poison at least I was going to say a couple, but one of these dudes. And you know what? Dead Bird has been doing work on this run. I'm oftentimes a little bit disparaging of the bird that could. More a canary, more like a can't-dairy. I tried, but just made it sound like he was lactose intolerant or something. What do we have in our item room? White feather. You know what? I am totally going to stick with the bean. I think it's a more effective item, and it keeps me on my toes because I constantly have to use it every single room. I didn't even shoot all the poop in there. That's how little I cared about the rest of that room. Tarot card is the World, which I will definitely take with me instead of the Lover's card. That is a-okay in my books. We are down to 1 key now. But the shop on the next floor should not contain a greed or a greed analog, which is saving grace for sure. So we should be able to get one more item. If it's blue candle, sorry Bean, but you're going to be leaving. That's like an objectively better item. You can use them multiple times per room. It does more damage, and it defensively blocks shots. It's a substantially better item than the Bean, I think, inarguably. The other possibilities that I would love, you know, 9-volt Nun's Habit 9-volt Nun's Habit battery. Not necessarily the largest fan of those if I'm still using the Bean as an item, but as infrastructure items go, I would be okay with that, I guess, in case we got better spacebar items later, or more applicable spacebar items later as well. Compass, I guess, is my ideal choice if we don't get blue candle. What I do not want, ladder, obviously, notched axe, Those would be real bad. And, of course, we're fighting the bloat here. So this means we are not going to get a second-level cube of meat, at least not anytime soon. But we do have a fairly good setup for fighting the bloat. We have okay damage. We can fly, which is very important for getting around this creep. And if I'm lucky, well, I'm not, but if I'm lucky, I should be able to avoid taking shots by using my orbital. But that certainly has not worked out well so far. I think we might have shot ourselves in the foot when it comes to deals with the devil here. That is the third bit of damage I've taken. I'm getting better at dodging those shots. You wouldn't know it from that fight, though. And there we go. So that's Necropolis 1 done. Relatively painless, which makes me feel good about our overall chances. But, overall chances. Doesn't that sound like my overall chances in 3rd grade were really good? Odds are, if you saw me at school, I was wearing some overalls. But we'll check the right side on this one. We're on the depths. On paper, should be an easier floor than the one that we just finished. I'm already getting overwhelmed by the amount of enemies and the shots that they are firing here, though. It's like having a Twitter argument with Red Panda Gamer. Now we have another key, and sure. I think I've got to stop being so picky with the bean and just start using it. Like, even if I only get one enemy with it, that's one enemy I don't have to deal with, which probably lowers the chances that I'll take damage by a not insignificant amount. Okay, important room. Ladder. Okay, Spirit Heart. That's better. We'll just leave. The fact that I didn't get the compass makes me yearn for a judgment that could potentially pay out with the compass at some point. If you're wondering what I'm going to do with this world card, you must be new here. I'm going to save this in all likelihood for the Cathedral or the Chest, the later floors in the game. But if we get a Utero XL, I might use it there just to save us a little bit of time. Oh my god, I dodged that. Holy shit, how did I dodge that? I should not have. I was fully owning up to my responsibility for my bad dodging there. But it ended up working out somehow. Remarkable. Okay, so I'd rather kill the Leapers and then deal with yeah, they are Leapers. And then deal with the zombies straight away. One-on-one, I did still take a little bit of damage. We could use a little bit more defense. Either in the form of an item or me just not playing as badly. But let's be honest, that's unlikely to happen. Once you codify how you play on an Isaac run, on the first few floors, it usually sticks around like that. So there is a mini-boss. I'm going to fight him for sure. Worst case scenario, we don't get anything except for consumables. Maybe we take a little bit of damage. But best case scenario, we end up going up against Gluttony. And, oh my god, I'm going to get hit here. I just can't work my brain around it. Best case scenario, we go up against Gluttony and end up picking up an HP upgrade or something. Or, you know, Lust, Poison Touch. The only one I don't really want to fight is Super or Ultra Pride, who I find really annoying, and he only pays out with an item in the left hand that I don't consider very good at all. An item I probably wouldn't even take at this point. So we are still, from a damage standpoint, not where I want to be at all. That being said, we have other advantages that compensate for it to a certain extent. This is certainly not a bad Eve run. If you think this is a bad Eve run, you should go back and watch some earlier episodes with Eve, or really just any episodes with Eve. There is a reasonable and pretty good chance that I was not a big fan of Eve on whatever run you pick. Occasionally I do get lucky, but yeah, let's go up. Let's go to our item room here. Sorry, I apologize again, as always, for the disjointed nature of the commentary. That's just, you know, it's an insight into the inner workings of my brain. It gets a little bit convoluted sometimes. That's okay, though. Hard to follow along with. It's just, you know, it's meditative, because there's no point in trying to follow along with it. You just gotta let your brain go and just kind of relax as I whitewater raft down the river of my own thoughts. Now, our item room here contains Monster Manuel, which is, you know, possibly one of the worst items you could possibly have right now. Forever Alone, that's gonna give us an attack fly for one room. It seems like Monster Manuel so frequently pays out on the one time that I play it with an attack fly. I don't know if that's just anecdotal or if there's actually some data to back that up. I sincerely doubt it, but it's okay. Move down here. This is our mini-boss, and I know there's a curse room down at the bottom. We're not going to go to it because we've been rolling on Spirit Hearts for so long. Might as well take the strength card into this mini-boss fight. I didn't really want to fight Wrath, but you never know. It could give us some more bombs. Maybe we can make something effective happen with those. And you know what I'm really sore about? We're going to have to give up this Liberty Cap. I've liked it so far. I would have been totally okay picking up Mom's Purse. The Hanged Man we might as well just take because it's useless. Mr. Boom's a trash item. When you already have a better spacebar item, so we'll use that to try to find a secret room. I don't think you can bomb your way out of mini-boss rooms, so that might have been a total waste. And our final room down here. I'm glad I went to it, because this should be easy for me to beat without taking damage. It's a single red heart from that champion. Really hoping for a key at this point, but keys are less valuable now, but will become substantially more valuable, obviously, as we prepare to go to the chest, if we manage to make it there. But I think it's fair to say that we're about on par with the game right now. There's some parity between the enemies and myself. So it's really, I think for once, going to be my own skill which determines whether or not we succeed here. My skill or lack of skill, I guess, as the case may be. So, mom fight, I don't expect to be too difficult, but we'll get another item but no deal with the devil. And then we'll plan our attack from there. So once this is over, it's red mom. It shouldn't be too difficult. Just want to do some semicircular dodges after, exactly so that doesn't happen. It actually probably would have been better for us, oh my gentle Jesus here. It probably would have been better for us to fight regular version of Mom in this situation, because Dead Bird really isn't getting a chance to kind of do anything here, and it's because Mom's moving too quickly, really. Whereas if the Mom was around a little bit more often, it sounds like I'm talking about my childhood now, but if Mom was around a little bit more often, maybe I wouldn't be whoring myself out on YouTube now. No. Thank you, Mom, in case you're watching this. You never know, maybe she is. She's very supportive. I forgot what I was going to say now. I'm all wrapped up in all these childhood memories. But, yeah, Dead Bird is getting, like, hit by the knockback from Mom's foot and not really getting a chance to be as effective as I would like to be. I lost 2 Spirit Arts in this fight, which is kind of inexcusable, but Tears upgrade compensates for that somewhat. Stars card is not worth taking. I'd much rather have the World card and the Polaroid replacing our Liberty Cap, which was good to us. I appreciate it. So we go down to the next floor. It seems like we have an XL floor or a pink glitch, so I'm going to take this opportunity to caffeinate a little bit. Always looks like Isaac's not responding, which worries me. There we go. It's Utero 1, which is not Utero XL last time I checked. So we'll continue using our bean. Really expected that we'd get another spacebar item to replace this at some point. It's the interesting thing about Isaac, isn't it? When you get a good spacebar item, all item rooms and shops will contain spacebar items that are slightly worse and thus useless to you. When you get a not-so-great spacebar item, all passive items all the livelong day. So I have no interest, as one might expect. That was really bad. Oh my god, and I totally wasted the bean. That bean was really important. Now things are starting to come off the rails. Dead Bird, I need you. Like, a lot right now. I am getting trapped in hell. These guys are faster than me. They do double the damage of enemies on the last floor. Please tell me that we are finding our boss room ASAP here. Luckily, you know, we are going to get a lot of red heart drops. I suppose that's the silver lining to this dark cloud. We got silver clouds with dark linings and dark clouds with silver linings. It's a goddamn meteorological event here on Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. That is not our boss room. That being said, might still be worth going into. I don't know what I would need from that mob trap room to make me interested in going to it, but if I had to look at this map objectively, where would I say the boss is? Far right, but it could be middle left as well, which is probably where we're going to go look. Could sneak around a couple of rooms if I wanted to by, here's what I'm thinking here. I gotta get this heart just to see what's in the mob trap room. I could use a couple bombs to sneak around greed. Yeah, we'll pop this open. That gives us, hopefully a heart that will compensate for any that I lose here. We're fighting 3 bosses. One of them is going to be kind of a neutered version of Larry Jr. I'm not going to use the bean against him. It's never a position you want to be in the late-ish game where, you know, you really have to min-max who you use the bean against in order to do as much damage as possible. I mean, I guess it's prudent in any situation to do that. Oh my god. But you never want to be in a position where that's what you're relying on for your damage, you know? Alright, so I fed him that bomb. Feed him this bomb too. And maybe even one more. I would be okay with that. And that should more or less kill him. If I've done my job. Okay, and then finally peep. No, finally double monstros. Okay, at this point, we can get these guys into one area where they're close-ish to one another. Oh, I didn't take damage. Now I took damage, and I didn't poison them because they were in the air. Monstro. Nerf, please. It's okay. Dead Bird is tearing him up. And tearing up my heart when I'm with you. But even when he's not here, I kind of have the similar feelings. But, okay, we're just going to get out of the way. One of these dudes has to be dead. Thank you. And then the second one soon to follow. Was this worth it? Almost certainly not. The main takeaway message that we got here was a key and some money, neither of which are going to be useful instantly, at least. And you know what? We should stay at a half heart. Because as soon as we get up to full hearts, that takes away from our scapular gain and permanent Polaroid invincibility possibilities. That was an interesting sentence to say, so that should kill one of these dudes. That's my dream. And then we'll just focus on taking out the other 2, which shouldn't be too hard, although they do occasionally bounce a little bit less predictably. They stop being like DVD player screensavers, start turning into like a breakout block when it hits the corner of the screen. You gotta be dead soon, too. Good room. Well, now I'm at full health, so I'm an idiot. Pleased with this, though. We'll take out the guts first, because it's more annoying, quite frankly. And the doppelganger should be easy for us to get. We could have done it with our orbital, but it's just easier to walk him over the spikes. This is not our boss room. But, you know, it was a reasonable attempt to find it. We will check down, but I really doubt that the boss room is going to be directly below us. It's very unlikely, just because of, you know, the game's tendency to promote Schadenfreude. Now, if we... Yeah, we'll go down, just because we're here, basically. Yep, I sincerely doubted it, and here we are. Sadly, without any recourse to get back to the end quickly. And again, you might be saying, why not just use the world card? That's not how we play with the world card. The world card is exceptionally valuable. The longer we wait on it, the better it'll be for us. Unless we end up picking up the compass just randomly, which would be hilarious and also great, but it would make me feel a little bit bad about not using this card straight away. Tears Up is an item I will absolutely take. Tears, I kind of gave them a bad rap. I was always like, oh, I don't want tears, I want damage and health. I still probably prefer damage and health, but I'm really coming around to the potential value of rate of fire upgrades like tears. They actually do make a critical impact on a run, or they can anyway. Not always is it the case where they do, but they definitely, certainly have the potential to. Especially if you pick up something like, it's easy to demonstrate if you pick up like a sad onion or something like that. It makes it very, very easy relative to your standard run to beat the game. That's another pill, which is a question mark. Luck down. You know, in all honesty, could be worse. There is our boss room. And we're just going to try to blow up these bombs, start a chain reaction. Still going to have to fight the spider one-on-one. Fight me mid 1v1, spider, if you're not scared. And we're going to be fighting Daddy Longlegs, which is always the example I use of an enemy or a boss that I hate fighting because I always take bad damage against him, and he's hard to hit. He's kind of like Red Mom in the sense that he just doesn't exist on the level enough for us to do damage to him effectively. But Dead Bird, again, cutting this dude up. Dead Bird is doing some serious good work for us. Now, sadly, no... okay, do we know what these are? We don't? Range down. I don't like that so much. I don't like the tears down either. And I don't like the luck down. That was a really bad coin purse. I totally forgot what I was going to say there. The real problem there is no deal with the devil. We're going to move onwards, though, down to the next floor. And, you know, I still think that the mom's hard fight is far from a pipe dream, like our victory on that fight. I think it's far from a pipe dream. It should be fairly easy if we can get there with a decent amount of health. We have enough bombs, for sure. The Joker is huge for us now. I'm such an idiot. We could just go straight to Shoal. Believe me, I'm tempted. I'm such an idiot because the Joker card is not useful at all at the Utero 2. I made that mistake in a recent video as well. Maybe even the last video, so I'm just dumb. And I totally didn't remember, but I got so psyched by the possibility of getting a deal with the devil item. Alright, so this should be a room where if you have patience, it's easy. You just hold the button down, and enemies melt, well, not melt might be a strong word, very slowly start to lose their own matter. There we go. Now with only one left, I can feel a little bit more confident about just taking him more or less head on. But that hubris is how you start taking bad damage. Now, a couple more shots. There we go. So we get a Spirit Heart out of that, which is exceptionally valuable. And we're kind of, you know, on our own here. I wanted to open that up just in case it was an item. We kind of do need to go for broke. At this point, maybe I should save some keys for the potential of getting some good items on the chest, though. We only have 2 keys, which is not great. I'm kind of flying blind here, which is, you know, either an advantage or a disadvantage. It could be an advantage because now I actually can't pick which direction to go to, and since my instincts on that are usually terrible, maybe that's actually for the best. So these champions are like the strongest guts I've ever fought in my entire life. Stronger than even global guts, which, as we know, you know, you get a piece of the radioactive aggro crag. You got to be pretty strong to handle that without getting irradiated. We continue to just do some damage here. You know, on the bright side, they did both pay out with something reasonably good in the form of a nickel and a chest, and the chest contains a trinket that I can't take, so I immediately regret what I just said, and we'll move onwards. Downwards, maybe we'll have something useful. No, okay. Utero 2 should not be an enormous floor. At this point, considering we're not going to get... That was the worst dodging. Considering we're not going to get an item from Mom's Heart, I think I'm probably going to be in a position where I'm going to really throw everything that I have at the cathedral, which means I will be using the world card up there if we're, you know, blessed enough to live that long, which we may or may not be. Please give me the 8. I didn't think these guys could even give you HP upgrades. I continue to completely forsake my strategy of taking half hearts, by the way. Do as I say, not as I do in this situation. I'm making some mistakes, no question about it. I can't... you know what? I can totally atone for that here. Well, there goes our spirit heart because I'm an idiot. We can go back, though. Thank you, dead bird. Finish the loop. Thank you. So what we can do here... We can come in here, play this once, hopefully earn the HP upgrade. No, but a little bit more money that will never be useful for us at all. And then pick this up, and this key as well, and move onwards. That is a red chest. Could be huge, could be 3 flies. Now, we'll use the beam just to simplify the equation a little bit. And then we should be able to take this guy out, although he's a tricky dodger. I hate these hearts, man. They are the worst. Oh, and I took another half heart like an asshole, but that's okay because we can do the blood bank trick again and maybe get that HP upgrade. It's a shame we haven't really, after the first floor anyway, we haven't really gotten that much that really improves our chances of victory. So I'm hoping that somehow we still manage to pull out a victory against Isaac and then on the chest, make some good stuff happen with the items that we get there. But, you know, of course, that's all up in the air. There's nothing we can really do to determine that. Our run is now kind of in the hands of the game. Earlier, I said it was kind of in the hands of our own skill. That has changed ever so slightly. 32 bombs. I like that. This is a good pill, too. I remember having positive opinions with this color. Speed upgrade is good. That's going to help us dodge a little bit more. Our speed was definitely not at the point yet where I considered it too fast or too furious. The furious level was just right. And we're still at half hearts, so we don't want to pick up any more. Now that we have so many bombs, we might as well look for some secret tinted rocks. Not there, sadly. And our laser should be an easy kill for us just by doing that. Delicious bombs. This is another dead end. It's kind of, it's remarkable at this point. You'd think that over this amount of time, I should be able to finally find the boss room. No such luck, though. It only seems like it's taking forever, I think, because of the fact that I'm not doing very much damage. But these rooms, by and large, are working out pretty well. Don't even need the rest of that money. At this point, there's absolutely no way it can come of use to me unless I seriously gamble a ton. Oh, God, the fucking poison damage on that was so bad. All right, the range of beam is something I always struggle with. I'm doing like 0 damage to these guys. I really want to throw in some bombs to fight them. I've done like 5% damage total, which is the main impetus for that here. Just throw this bomb in here. There, that was much better. Oh, and let's... No, get out of there! You fucker! You kept pushing the bomb into me. Luckily, there's enough health for me to replenish mine. The damage that I lost there. It's okay, though. Just don't do it again. Now we can hide out over here, and we should be able to take this guy out. Dead bird maybe will hook me up here more than my own damage will. Please tell me you die soon. Thank you very much. That is a... Yes, this is exactly the interval or integer of health that we wanted. Okay, so... Fight against Mom's Heart here. I can't believe I took damage there. Should be able to dodge the lasers at this point. I've had a pretty bad track record with them recently, though. So we'll put the laser in. Dead bird is an important tool in our potential success here. And I say potential because it's definitely not set in stone whether we're going to win. It's possible. It's definitely within the realm of possibility. Please tell me we don't get Curse of Darkness on the next floor, the cathedral, because we need... absolutely 100% to be able to use this world card to get to the boss quickly, or we don't stand a chance. Spoilers, you know, we probably don't stand a chance anyway, simply because, you know, we don't have the items necessary to take out Isaac. But, you know, on this run, beating Mom's Heart is a little bit of a success in and of itself, even if it's not, you know, entirely where I want to be at the end of the game. We are doing fine with our damage now. We're about halfway through the fight. Now, we can leave to pick up some health, which we probably will after the fight's over, if we're lucky enough to live that long. I know I haven't used the bean yet. This is because I wanted to wait until Mom would permanently take poison damage from it, which is happening right now. I also got shoved with that, so for once, that was an incredibly lucky bean that actually did more damage than intended. And Mom's Heart is going to melt pretty reasonably here. There we go. We're back up to exactly the amount of health we want. Remember, we want to stay at half-heart intervals for scapular and permanent Polaroid invincibility. And here we go. So this is exactly the way I would have wanted to go anyway. If I could plan this floor to give myself the best possible chance for success, it would have been to plan it this way. So we go past the library, we go past the secret room, and potentially pick up some amazing items as a result. Or, you know, some not-so-amazing items, but we'll see. We have so many bombs that I can definitely try to make it... happen here. Oh, I don't know why I would ever dodge into that. That was and do it twice, in fact. That was really silly. And now I'm in... Okay, positives and negatives. We're finally going to be able to do a lot of damage. But, you know, the major negative here is obviously I have a crazy low amount of health. But this will give us 2 permanent Polaroid invincibilities, and the Ankh, which will give us even more permanent Polaroid invincibilities. And honestly, I've got to try for the library. You'll forgive me if I take damage here, especially now that we have a 1-up, essentially. But I need it. I need to... Okay, permanent Polaroid invincibility again. I need to try for the library in case we get a Book of Belial or something that would really make the bean worthless. So, there's Book of Shadows. Is that better than the bean? Honestly, I kind of like the bean in this situation. Now, what I am going to do is take... I'll probably take Necronomicon into this first room just to make it easier. And then I'll take Book of Shadows into the second room to make it easier. Wow, that did like 10% damage. This would have been a better room for Book of Shadows, all things considered. But it's not like I could plan on working... plan on which room I was going to get. Unless I want to bomb my way out of this room and then go back and pick up Book of Shadows. And again, some spoilers on that. I really don't want to do that. So we'll just hang out here, and that will take care of those zombies. So we'll take care of death first, and then the zombies next. Or sorry, we'll take care of death first, and then the horse next, is what I meant to say. And the less we hit the horse, the more predictable its movement will be. Oh, well, I accidentally killed it. Good news, that was a fairly easy room. So we'll come back here. We want to take the bean for the boss fight, which is maybe silly, but the Book of Shadows... Book of Shadows gives you huge invincibility... Maybe we do want Book of Shadows for the boss fight, but here's what I want. I'm thinking it's fairly likely that I'm going to die against the boss the first time, but I'll probably be able to swing it the second time, or maybe be able to swing it the second time because of the Ankh. So I think I'm going to use the bean for the for the first boss fight, just on the off chance that we can actually succeed, and then on the real boss fight, the one where I respawn with the Ankh and have the 4 Spirit Hearts and thus prolonged Polaroid invincibility. I'll use Book of Shadows, which will give me even more invincibility, and then we'll take that down to the next floor. It's one of the few outs I really see for myself on this run. We'll also have permanent Whore of Babylon as a result of the Ankh. We've kind of turned ourselves into Blue Baby, so... now, if we succeed on this fight, I will definitely leave and go back and pick up Book of Shadows, but I really think that is an outside possibility. We might get another Spirit Heart by way of Scapular here. I always forget how Scapular works effectively, so that'll give us even more prolonged Polaroid invincibility. It did indeed. Thank you, Orbital, for doing some good work here. You're an unsung hero, my friend. Thank you very much. And he's about to enter the second form, which is not the scariest form, even though it does add a little bit of extra damage. He must be in the second form by this point. This is crazy. He's like halfway through his damage. Dead Bird is doing work at this point. We're just throwing in some bombs. I probably shouldn't use all of the bombs, because again, this is just a practice run. This is not me investing a ton into this. Okay, so that was our invisible invincibility. That's fine. That's fine. We'd planned on that. Now we'll go back for Book of Shadows. I don't know how to use Book of Shadows effectively to give us more health. I'll probably save it as long as I can, because I think that only makes sense. And this is the moment of truth for us. This could be a huge play, especially if we end up getting great items in the chest. But it's still a long shot for us, but if we beat Isaac, I will be thrilled. I will be over the moon with what I consider to be half-decent strategical play. And, you know, execution-wise, I don't think I played terribly. I did make some unfortunate errors, definitely, with respect to dodging. So I took a little bit of damage there, and a little bit of damage there, which is kind of something I can't afford to do at this point. Cutting him up with the orbitals, he's about a third, probably a quarter of the way dead. And I don't think we'll get an extra Spirit Heart by way of Scapular here. This is his second phase. He continues to not create beams of light from heaven, which is great news. Dead Bird cutting him up. Looks very similar to the last fight so far. Didn't take damage there, which is of the utmost importance. If we can get to the third phase without getting hit, I kind of like our chances, in all honesty. Oh, okay, that's a hit. And then we have to remember to use Book of Shadows, like, immediately afterwards. Okay, and Book of Shadows lasts a long time. Let's start dropping in some bombs here. Just standing around. Don't accidentally hit yourself. Okay, Book of Shadows is about... It's done now. We can't get hit. A lot of our health here, or possibility, relies on the luck of not getting hit by a beam of light from heaven, or those... Oh, okay, careful. We don't have beams of light from heaven anymore, and we don't have purple shots. We should be able to win here. Okay, so I would consider this run a victory. At least symbolically. Now let's see if we get good items. Blood Rights is not going to be that item. Mom's Knife is that item, but I worry that it's too little too late. Odd Mushroom is great as well. And Toothpicks, which is Tears Up. Now, all we got to do is survive long enough to get some health to make this Mom's Knife actually prove useful. But we need to get some Spirit Hearts to make it happen. If that happens, and we can use Book of Shadows on the boss fight, and we have a few Spirit Hearts, we have an outside chance of taking out Blue Baby here. And I do mean outside. I'm talking like 5% maybe. Okay, we didn't die there. Somehow. Now get out of there. That might have been Scapular just giving us health at the exact instant that it was taken away. Gotta watch out for these spiders. They could stab us in the back really easily. Dead Bird, thank you very much. Hierophant, Empress. Does it even work? I don't know. We'll pop it just to see if something remarkable happens as a result. I almost took damage about 6 different times there. And am I, like, permanently invincible, or is it that I can take 1 damage per rune by way of Scapular without actually dying? War, you were super weird there. We do a lot of damage now. There's another key for us, which we can't use for anything. Book of Shadows might be essential. Okay, Transcendence. That's another flying item. Chest is turning out interestingly so far. There's no question about that. This is the Gurdy that cannot shoot. It can only spawn enemies, a.k.a. probably the only Gurdy we could fight without losing our life here. Lord, oh my god. Is it possible? We could accidentally end up doing this. I can't afford to lose hearts on rooms like this, though. Especially if I get hit again. That would be devastating, potentially. That Lard pickup is huge, though. What is this? Tears Down. Doesn't really matter, but I would rather not use it. Okay. This is going to be interesting. We may have a fucking shot. Oh my god, I didn't want to come in here. I got bounced into this room. It's bullshit. That's what it is. Don't get killed now. Use Book of Shadows. Use Book of Shadows. I can't use Book of Shadows. I gotta save it for Blue Baby. If I don't save it for Blue Baby, we have literally 0 chance, I think. So, watch out for the fly. Dead Bird, thank you very much. It's amazing how quick this run can swing from positive to negative and negative to positive and back and forth. Tarot card is the Devil. We'll use that on the fight for sure. And, oh my god, it was another HP upgrade. Okay, this is a big moment for us. We might be able to make this work. So right away, Devil card, and then don't take damage. Swing around as much as you have to. Don't take damage. Okay, as soon as Book of Shadows wears off, or as soon as our invincibility wears off, we'll Book of Shadows, and then we'll win, and that's incredibly unlikely. So everybody, thanks for watching. Wow, I did not expect to win there. We owe a lot of our thanks to luck, but also that Book of Shadows play, instead of taking the bean, ended up proving extremely important. So I'm proud of myself. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next time.